Okay guys, welcome back. This is Math 172. We're doing a problem about an ellipse. So given this equation, 3x squared plus y squared equals 5, we're trying to find the vertices, foci, eccentricity of the ellipse, as well as the length of the major and minor axes. Now before I get too far, I'm just going to try and sketch this graph. When x equals 0, y equals plus and minus the square root of 5, which is more than 2. 1, 2, and a little bit. And 1, 2, and a little bit. And so when y is 0, x is plus and minus the square root of 5/3, which is a little less than 2. So 1, 2, and 1, 2. So like here. So this is a tall ellipse, not a wide one. So your major axis is going to be this one. Everybody okay? I hope that makes sense. All right, so now that we have this in our minds, we know that A is going to be 2A, the length of the major axis, is going to be the square root of 5. 2 square roots of 5, right? So then A is just the square root of 5. And B, so from this point to this point, we know 2B, the length of the minor axis, is 2 square roots of 5/3. Okay, so this is the major axis. This is the minor axis. So that and that are done. So now we have to find the foci, eccentricity, and the vertices. So let's get this into the standard ellipse equation. So we're going to divide everything by 5. So 3/5 x squared plus 1/5 y squared equals 1. Okay, so this is x squared divided by 5/3. And this is y squared divided by 5. All right, now normally we think of this as x minus h over a, but that's in a wide ellipse. So this is not a squared, this is b squared. And this is a squared. Okay, so we now know these two things. C squared, like to find the distance from the center to the focus, is a squared minus b squared. So that is 5 minus 5/3. Common denominator, 15 minus 5. We have 10/3. So C squared is 10/3. So C then is the square root of 10/3. So we know our foci are at 0, comma, plus and minus the square root of 10/3. So that's foci done. And so now we want to calculate eccentricity. Well, this is our fraction of c over a. So we've got the square root of 10/3 over the square root of 5. So this is the square root of 2/3. This is the square root of 6/3. This is how you find the major values for an ellipse given the equation. So just to reiterate the steps, the very first thing I did was sketch it out so I could see which axis was major and which one was minor. And you know the major axis goes from it's the long axis, extreme to extreme, and the minor axis is the shorter one, extreme to extreme. Then you put your equation into standard form. Something times x squared plus something times y squared gives you 1. And guys, this plus is important because that tells you it's an ellipse. Then, knowing that the vertical axis is your major one, we know that this is A. We can use A and B to find C. C tells us the location of our foci, and we use C and A to find eccentricity. Thanks for studying with us, y'all. Have a good day.